when I think about it professionally, one of the biggest joys is being able to partner with clients because they're just, we find the fun and being able to learn something. Every time I'm in a class teaching something, even if I've taught that content a million times, I learn something about myself while teaching. So that's honestly the spark of joy I get from the work we do.
When I started thinking about our work environment, and I thought one of the things that I love about what makes us, that I don't know anybody else who has this, is our group chat, our awesome group chat, right? Our awesome people group chat. I love that. I share that with people. I say, oh, who is that? Oh, I'm going back and forth with my team, right? And very rarely is it about work. It's about just random things, whether it's birthdays or congratulating someone. It's about personal stuff. I think that's what makes us unique is that we have that connection, not because we have to and we're trying to play nice. It's genuine and we do it randomly. It's not set. So I love our group chat. And I also love our weekly team meetings. So it's not just about what's on the agenda and what we want to accomplish. It's about just catching up and seeing what's important to us, what's been going on, right? Oftentimes we get disconnected from seeing each other face to face, but I've always really appreciated that. And I would say in our environment, that's what brings me joy.
Something similar, but I'll be even more specific. It's not only the times that we all get together or communicate, it's also when our families are able to do that. For those that aren't as familiar with us as a firm, we try and do a lot of things very similar to the way that our clients do it, although we're much smaller. For example, we do like to do offsites. And they're very beneficial, and we connect and we strategize and we talk about where we're going to go, what we're going to do. In addition, that's also a great place for all of us to be able to connect as we invite our families to join us as well. And I'm always really appreciative of candidly how appreciative everybody else is that we've got this type of an environment. I am reminded all the time that I mean, Jerry's husband Richard falls in love with Veronica's new baby and sits there at dinner, feeding her. It's those moments. The fact that is the world I get to live in. It's that is absolute joy for me.
Even just our focus of like the people side of business. I worked in customer service for a long time, so I know that when people interview, they go, "Oh, I love people," and then you hate them in an hour. But I genuinely do love people, and sometimes I have to love them from a distance. But when it comes to our work, I like that we go in there and especially I think the highlights, these moments are when I see someone who wasn't feeling good or proud about themselves, but because of our workshop or the coaching or whatever, like all of a sudden they're seeing themselves in a much probably more realistic light of what they're capable of, or a team that was struggling that all of a sudden things are working better. Like it goes back to like, oh, okay, then I was of use today. And I don't do a whole lot of wonderful work out there in the world that some people do that I think is amazing. So when we go out there and we make some sort of positive impact in the teams, it feels like, okay, that's my tiny contribution. And that fills me up quite a bit.
I completely agree with you with that aspect. I mean, not only we're just so well-rounded, right? So it's the aspect of enjoying our team. We're not a very big team. We're a small team, but we're really connected and we appreciate each other. And then it's the aspect of what I said earlier is helping others with pretty much strangers. Some of these are clients that we meet. It's like a workshop is set. We don't know who these people are. We might know our contact who connected us. And I remember the workshop that I did, the webinar that I did, and it was somebody who was in, I believe, Argentina. And just connecting with her, I felt like she was one of the participants. We couldn't connect. And she asked me to stay afterwards, and I did. and we talked for about 15, 20 minutes, and she vented, and we exchanged, and I tried to give her my input on the situation, and the gratitude that she expressed and how she lit up and how happy she was, how thankful she was, it made me feel so good. I was so happy. This was somebody I don't know who's in another country. It was super cool, and that's one of those. It's one example of many in our environment where we get to help others that some of them we don't know at all, and we can make an impact. It brings us joy in doing
Tell you
something.
what, that I wasn't on that one, but I got to watch you deliver on one of them, and that brought me joy. I'm watching you deliver a class that was originally designed in English and then be able to deliver it in Spanish. And I tried to have like the AI translator couldn't keep up. So I'm like, I don't know what it's really saying because the AI translator is obviously not giving me the real deal
Yeah.
because you weren't talking about dishwashers, but but I could just sit there and watch the session, and I was just amazed at what you were able to do because I know speaking in
Oh,
another
thank you.
language or being able to speak two languages and more is no easy feat. And for to be able to teach in it is just, I don't know. That was like a moment where I was sitting in my room and Don would come in and you're like, what are you listening to? And I was like, I'm watching Evelyn's greatness. See, even Zoom liked it. So no,
Thank you.
that was a very cool moment. And I think that's when you talk about the team being able to watch people have wins. And we don't get to see that a whole lot because we're usually off on our own because we are small and mighty.
Mhm.
We're off doing our thing. So that was cool.
Thank you. It brings me joy.